Introducing first, from Muscle Beach, Canada, the Jacked Jesus TLC!
Cut the music. Greatness deserves a better introduction than that. So allow me to introduce myself. I weigh in at 235 pounds of bed-busting thrusting. I am the commissioner of hair conditioner, the guru of shampoo. I am the Scott Steiner of eyeliner. I am the Jacked Jesus who always pleases. I do bicep curls that get all the girls, and I got delts that win championship belts. And it makes me sick to my stomach that my talents are being wasted here tonight in Fargo, North Dakota. Fargo, what's Fargo known for? Isn't this where they invented the toothbrush? Because if it was invented anywhere else, they would call it the teeth brush. That's right. And what else is Fargo known for? Diacide? Hometown boy Diacide? Are you serious? Diacide is a giant loser just like each and every one of you. So you people need to do yourselves a favor and just give up on life. Unfortunately for him, I accept his challenge and I'm going to retire his sorry ass.
Diacide said last night if he can't win tonight in his match, a fully loaded street fight, he would quit wrestling.
We will see if Tommy Lee Curtis, the Jacked Jesus, is able to end the career of Diacide.
There he is in his
opponent for this match, hailing from right here in Fargo, North Dakota, Diacide!
The hometown crowd showing their support for Diacide here in Fargo.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen a crowd cheer him. It's the first time I've ever seen him embrace them, and I think he knows the gravity of the situation. He may have said something last night that got him in trouble, and now he's got to write a check that his mouth, he's got to cash a check that his mouth wrote last night.
Spit it out, JJ. You can do this.
25 years young. His career could be over at 25. Up against him, Tommy Lee Curtis, TLC.
The Jacked Jesus.
You know, he'd love nothing more than to be the guy that retired Diacide.
This is, of course, Diacide's match. Fully loaded street fight.
He loves violence. He calls it his reign of violence.
Tommy Lee Curtis disappeared from the ringside area for a moment, now making his way back.
I believe he dropped down to hit on some ladies.
Oh, looks like perhaps he
gave
stopped to grab a beverage as well.
I think I saw him get his room key out. You know, he told me he gives the room key out at noon, then he gets it back at 2, and then he gives it back out at 3, he gets it back at 5, and he just does that 24/7.
That's what he told you anyway.
Yeah, I trust him.
And you
I
just
trust
believed him.
Canadians.
That
Canadians are kind, good people, ranked the nicest people in the world in a study that I made up.
We've
just
got
now.
action to call here, JJ. Oh, big punch from Diacide, answering the slap from TLC that started the match.
Oh, the violence right off the bat here, the aggressiveness already to the outside.
Taking Tommy Lee Curtis to the floor. And this hometown crowd solidly behind Diacide. And off the apron, rolling splash, taking Tommy Lee Curtis down again.
He loves that rolling senton, does Diacide. We already have a weapon.
Diacide with a steel chair into the ring. Oh, he found another one. 2 chairs in the ring now.
We knew the street fight would be violence personified. We knew it wouldn't be pretty. And a big slap there from Diacide. Curtis now getting headbutted. I don't think TLC knew what to think when he came into this match. I think he was making jokes about being the commissioner of hair conditioner.
Bouncing his head off one of our ringside VIP tables. Those fans getting absolutely up close and personal with the action here. Tommy Lee Curtis with a big chop.
He missed and hit the ring post, I believe. It's hard to tell. There is a pillar in our way here.
Some minor obstruction, but Diacide now.
Big boot there by Diacide.
Bringing it to Tommy Lee Curtis. I feel like perhaps Diacide came out here last night, did not get the reaction he was looking for, and now that he's got his career on the line and these fans are getting behind him, maybe he's feeling that energy. Maybe he's not so ready to be done with his career.
He certainly has a different attitude about him here tonight. The gravity of this situation.
Perhaps these fans finally showing their appreciation.
Oh, caught him. Oh!
Up and over onto one of our ringside tables. Violence spilling out into the crowd here at Fully Loaded Wrestling. We have cage match later tonight, but this one could go all over the building, out into the parking lot. Who knows where this is going to go?
Could go anywhere and everywhere, but you got to pin him in the ring. And it looks like they're looking for more toys here. Is Tommy Lee Curtis.
Up on the table now. What's Tommy Lee Curtis got in mind over here? Unfortunately, fans, our view obstructed at the moment. Looks like we're making our way back into the ring now. Tommy Lee Curtis seems to be in control. Has Diacide in the ring.
Chairs now being rearranged.
Excuse me, Diacide still outside of the ring, and Tommy Lee Curtis up and over. Diacide coming around here towards the steps on the opposite side of the ring. Tommy Lee Curtis in the ring with a chair. Will Diacide finally get back in? Perhaps we'll turn this into more of a wrestling match than a street fight.
Diacide on the outside, pacing, trying to decide what to do next. As long as Curtis has that chair.
Tommy Lee Curtis calling Diacide a coward here in his hometown. These fans may be turning on Diacide a little bit. Back into the ring he goes. Both of these men now with a steel chair in their hands.
We got swords. Like an old Clash of Knights.
It's gonna ring through the palms of your hands.
Oh, blocked it, Curtis though. Oh, Curtis blocked it. Oh!
Huge chair shot to the head, and Diacide.
Oh my God, he didn't.
How is he
didn't
still
get his hands
standing?
up. Because he was holding the chair, he didn't get his hands up to block it. He just took one flush to the head. Look at him.
And another swinging chair shot to the
my
skull,
God.
and Diacide goes down.
That was one of the most violent chair shots I think I've ever seen someone take.
1, 2. But
Two
Diacide
only.
kicking out.
The heart of Diacide, the resiliency of Diacide showing through here. He wants to win at his hometown. He wants.
Oh my God, is Diacide busted open from those chair shots? Can't tell from here, but I think I saw as he turned around. Now a chair to the back.
Ooh.
Tommy Lee Curtis dominating Diacide in this contest.
He's got his those workout bands.
Yes,
Diacide is in fact bleeding.
bleeding profusely from the forehead. Oh, Tommy Lee Curtis with a suplex now.
Those chair shots busting him wide open here. And you got to wonder if Rampage will end this fight.
With street fight rules,
now he's choking
however,
him. He's choking him with it. It doesn't. The ref can still do a TKO.
he certainly can.
As he's choking Diacide out, there's nothing Rampage can do. Nothing. There's nothing Rampage can do to stop this onslaught now from TOC on Diacide.
I don't know that Diacide was necessarily expecting this level of violence and brutality out of Tommy Lee Curtis.
2 only. The resiliency of a young Diacide at 25 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him, though. He could just, stop this. Those chair shots are unbelievable.
Still bleeding from the forehead, and of course that blood can get into your eyes, causing stinging, loss of vision. If you can't see, it becomes very, very difficult to wrestle.
The crowd now chanting for Diacide.
Getting behind him here in his hometown, a neck breaker from Tommy Lee Curtis. Picking up a chair again. What does he have in mind for Diacide? Going up to the middle rope now.
Big leg drop.
Down across the chair on, I believe, on Diacide's head.
This is becoming uncomfortable.
1.
Nope. 2 only. Lackadaisical pin there from 1.
Tommy Lee Curtis has definitely done a lot of damage to Diacide in this match, but he's going to need to do more than just that type of cover. Diacide is here to put up a fight.
The blood pooling now in the eyes, the sweat affecting it as well. The vision can't be great for Diacide right now, as you alluded to.
Many of these fans.
Reversal from Diacide. Oh, out of the chair!
Drop toe hold onto the chair. Many of these fans on their feet here at Fully Loaded Wrestling for this matchup, this brutal street fight. Diacide up to his feet now. Charging in at Tommy Lee Curtis and taking him down with a big clothesline. And there's another.
The fire.
A boot to the gut. Diacide setting Tommy Lee Curtis up, perhaps for a pedigree here.
Now he's looking for that double underhook backbreaker.
You are probably right, JJ Cash.
Calls that the Godslayer.
Looks like Tommy Lee Curtis on the apron here. Perhaps, well, Diacide's still in control. Maybe Tommy Lee Curtis had a plan, but he's not going to get to execute it right now. Diacide now out on the apron with Tommy Lee Curtis. Always treacherous when we take the action out to the apron. As we well know, that is the hardest part of the ring. The most brutal place to be.
What is he doing? Oh! Through a table on the, it's going to be plywood on the outside.
Incredible violence here at Fully Loaded Wrestling. Diacide fighting for his career.
Wow.
And these fans saying it all.
Diacide just put him through that plywood, but he's got to get back in the ring to win it. That was set up earlier.
Unbelievable brutality here tonight. Will these men even make it back into the ring to finish this match?
The match goes until it can't anymore.
Looks like Tommy Lee Curtis back in the ring and Diacide following right behind. Going for the pin.
2.
No, but Tommy Lee Curtis able to kick out.
You got to think having to get him back into the ring.
Correct. This is not a falls count anywhere type of match. You can do your damage on the outside, but you still have to get them back into the ring to win.
It might be awesome, but it's still ongoing. Diacide's career is still a concern here.
What's Diacide doing now?
Tommy Lee Curtis is in a lot of trouble here as toys are being looked for here for one Mr. Diacide.
Diacide moving those ring steps.
I believe he has thumbtacks.
Oh no. JJ, this is a level of brutality I think we don't necessarily need here at Fully Loaded Wrestling.
It's a street fight, it's all legal.
We saw of course the Monster Abyss and the Monsters Ball match with Chainsaw King in our last event.
Tacks are never good.
Thumbtacks. And Thumbtacks enter the ring. Oh no. What does Diacide intend to do? I mean, obviously he intends to put Tommy Lee Curtis into those
Oh,
thumbtacks.
TLC though, look how long this took. TLC's on his feet. TLC's on his feet.
Oh no, TLC in control, picking Diacide up.
Oh, Diacide rolled through.
counters. And a
lug
lung
blower.
to Tommy Lee Curtis.
Those thumbtacks still a problem.
Still in the ring. Diacide
Rob
down in
Page
the
is
corner.
sort of stuck in a corner here.
He's trying to avoid those thumbtacks. And
He doesn't know.
Definitely understand why. Diacide with a big chop to TLC in the corner. The threat of those thumbtacks still looming on the mat in this match. Will anyone end up in those thumbtacks? We will see soon enough. Tommy Lee Curtis
The aggression
goes
right
down.
now. The aggression right now from Diacide. He wants to save his career in his hometown. Tommy Lee Curtis wants to have that proverbial notch on his belt that he's the one that retired the Rate of Violence.
It would definitely add a star to his name here in Fully Loaded Wrestling.
What are we going for here?
Diacide looking like he's going to suplex Tommy Lee Curtis off that middle rope.
Blocking it. Curtis is blocking it with vicious right hands to the ribs. And now a headbutt from Curtis.
Oh, and a low blow.
Oh,
Completely
no.
legal in this match,
Oh,
but
no.
no.
Oh, no.
Diacide up. And oh my God. Diacide powerbombed into those thumbtacks. 1, 2. No. Unbelievable. How is Diacide still in this match?
The resiliency of Diacide.
These fans just as shocked as we are. Tommy Lee Curtis now with a chair smash to Diacide's back. How much more can we see in this contest, JJ? Incredible violence here tonight. A Fully Loaded Wrestling No Escape Night 2. These fans on their feet, shocked by the violence they've seen in this match. Diacide has friends here. Diacide has family here. His father in the audience. Tommy Lee Curtis now on the outside. Seems like he's looking for more weapons. Perhaps trying to find another method of taking out Diacide. Tommy Lee Curtis now with several chairs, setting up a pile. What is Tommy Lee Curtis doing here now?
I don't know.
Something seriously dangerous going to take place out here, fans.
There are 4 chairs set up in front of us here.
If Tommy Lee Curtis has his way, this will not be good for Diacide. Diacide back up to his feet, trying to recover from that incredible slam into the thumbtacks.
He has another chair.
Tommy Lee Curtis with more chairs.
Two more chairs.
6 chairs now here in the entry aisle that Tommy Lee Curtis has set up. What does he have in mind for Diacide?
Musical
now where's
chairs,
he going? Oh no, is Tommy Lee Curtis going for this ladder over by?
I think so.
Seems like he's found a ladder. He's found a ladder and bringing it back over towards the ring area. Perhaps going to set that up along with these chairs. What is going to happen here? Setting up a ladder.
He's given Diacide a lot of time to recover, though.
Certainly is. Diacide, certainly a lot of pain and a rough experience with that slam into. Oh, and Diacide
I didn't even
with
see
a ladder
Diacide.
of his own. Where did Diacide come from? Out of nowhere and slamming the ladder onto Tommy Lee Curtis. Brutal, brutal violence here at Fully Loaded Wrestling. Diacide now setting up another ladder. Referee Rob Page just completely unsure of what to do with this contest at this time.
Nothing he can do.
Diacide stomping on Tommy Lee Curtis. What are these men doing here?
Oh!
Diacide seems like he's getting ready, climbing this ladder with Tommy Lee Curtis on those chairs that he set up earlier in the match. Look of concern on referee Rob Page's. Oh, and Tommy Lee Curtis blinding Diacide, some kind of liquid into his face. Diacide now
Oh my God, what is he gonna
unsure
do?
of what's going on. Oh no. what is happening. Tommy Lee Curtis with Diacide on top of these ladders. Oh no! Up and over and through the chairs. Oh my God! Oh my God!
One, two, three. That does it.
Referee Rob Page counting the pinfall.
Ring the bell.
Your winner of this match, TLC.
Referee Rob Page counting the pinfall on the outside. This contest is over.
And that's
So
it.
is the career
That's it. That's the career
of Diacide.
of Diacide at 25 years old.
Tommy Lee Curtis clearly ecstatic that he's the one who took out Diacide.
And he
Brutal punishment.
Oh, hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And if you want to listen to a good podcast, listen to my good buddies Jim and Rando at Suplex City Limits. That's the podcast to check out wrestling. Tough guy. Ho!